And heidi-ho, internet neighbors. Welcome back to the channel. I am Senor Vormithrax, here to play some more Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, continuing our A New Queen challenge. Man, this one's going long. It's going long. Arachne the 4th. And, yeah. So we're basically just traveling around trying to power up at this point. So we've accomplished most of the tasks. It's just a matter of seeing if we can manage to, get ourselves a little more powerful before we head on in and try to take on the Demon Spider Queen. Some kind of straight up fire protection is basically what I think I need. So that's pretty much it. And I'm not sure how we can manage it. Heat protection doesn't do it. We need flat fire protection, actual being on fire type stuff. So I don't know how we're going to manage it. No matter what route I go, I think I'm going to run into a problem with my head, since we can't wear gear, most of the gear, for the head slot. A couple of things prevent us from doing that. So I'm afraid that might put paid to our attempt. But we'll see. We'll see. We got a ways to go yet. I'm not satisfied that we've exhausted the possibilities for leveling up our power and our abilities. So we're going to keep pushing and see how much further we can get things. Hopefully it doesn't turn into just a long, weary, boring driving session, but it's possible, unfortunately. The more we gather, the less there is out there that I'm interested in, and the more traveling we end up having to do. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Skill-wise, not much left we can really do to make things interesting. All of the crafting skills are as high as I care about. We've got most of the interaction skills, the ones I care about, as high as I need. Melee skills are starting to get into semi-ridiculous levels. I mean, we're up to 7 base dodge, 7 melee, 9 unarmed. Not much in the range skills, but we're not really too worried about those. You know, we got Spellcraft to 11. That's good. And we actually have the ability, if I want to spend the time, to we have the ability to raise that up to 16, I think. 15 or 16, one of those. So we might need to do that. Spellcrafting is, and spellcasting is one of the things that might help us out quite a bit. So we possibly will set some time aside to just sit in a car for a week while we, we try to raise our spellcrafting again. I know we recently came across, at the end of last episode, a few more CBMs. So we've got, what did we get? We got the air filtration, and we picked up the thermal dissipation. Thermal dissipation is one of the ones I was hoping to get. That helps against passive hot air, not against direct flames on our body. But especially inside the Spider Queen lair, that'll help out if we're standing adjacent to a lava vent, for example, or something like that. Beyond that, we'll see. Nothing too exciting on this list. We're still looking for some of the better ones. But we'll install them if we get an opportunity. Let's see, what else? We are done mutating. We did get completely spider mutated all the way out to the very, very final end ones in the post-threshold category. So we are 100% complete on our mutation tree, and I'm not going to mutate voluntarily any further or in any other categories. We're going to stay pure arachnid if we can manage it. I'm pretty happy. So far, we haven't explored all of the abilities that are possible, and I'm just getting used to some of them. So we'll see what else we can manage with those. And bionics, we've got a fair number of them, and some pretty fun ones, but still nothing that I think is going to just really, really push us over the edge of being able to survive the Spider Queen. If anything does. I still maintain I think we're going to get slaughtered, but who knows? We'll see. Stat-wise, things are looking pretty good. 13, 21, 17, 12. We are using some of the OP gear that we got from the Forge of Wonders. Maybe we'll come across another Forge of Wonders. So we got a set of rings, dimensional tool belts, boots of grounding, which gives us immunity to electrical damage. So acid is pretty much, and direct flames are my weak points. So other than that, we're in pretty good shape. So we've been picking up some fairly high-end ranged weaponry recently. I'd still like to get to a bunker. We haven't seen a military bunker yet. One good bunker, that would satisfy the rest of my ammo and explosives and long gun needs. Yeah, we'll see. So we're, at this point, just kind of traveling around. We just came out of this hazardous waste sarcophagus. That's where we got those 2 CBMs and another military card. And I was trying to decide at the end of Monday's episode where to go, what to do. And I think, for the moment, I'm just going to keep driving north. We're just going to keep following these roads to the north. Hopefully I can find a map somewhere pretty soon. We may go wait into town and kill some zombies, see if we can get one. Or if I see a building that I know has some, we might stop in. But I think I'm going to keep going north as opposed to backtracking southwest and coming across this bridge to this large city area here. We'll keep that in mind as a possible alternative if we get stopped by terrain or a river or something up north. But for now, I'm just going to keep traveling north. We'll keep using radio towers and silos and such to give us a good view of the area. And that's kind of where we're at. So vehicles in good shape. We got plenty of fuel, we got some water, batteries have never really been a problem. I don't have an autoclave installed, and I'm not certain I'm going to. Kind of depends. If we pick up opportunities to dissect some nifty zombies like bio-operators or incandescent husks, I might give it a try, but we haven't... I never picked up any of the autoclaves we passed, so that's kind of a maybe thing. But beyond CBMs and magic, there's not much left I can really do. Weapon-wise, like I said, if we find even a single bunker, we're going to be fine on weaponry. That's only going to help me to a small extent against the Spider Queen. I need to just find the really good CBMs and magical books, I think. Alright, so, catch up with chat here, and we'll get things moving. Howdy, howdy, everybody in chat. Proficiencies are new. This is basically the way of they're using proficiencies. The official description, I'm sure, is different than what I'm going to say, but basically this is their way of slowing down all crafting in the game. They're stretching the whole crafting process out to, you know, realistic lengths of time. Basically, though, it's just a quick way for them to apply an immediate time slider to stretch it out from, instead of taking 5 hours, it takes 5 days. So it's a little odd because it only really slows it down for the first thing you make, and then it's back to normal again. So I don't know. I the way it's implemented, I have some issues with it. It just seems a little harsh and arbitrary and silly, but I understand the intent. You really shouldn't be able to make some of the complicated things that we're crafting within minutes or hours. If they are going to the realism bent, then it's somewhat understandable. But that's kind of what the proficiency system is designed to do. Yeah. So if you don't have a particular proficiency when you're crafting something, then it... Here, I'll just show you. So, show me something with proficiencies. So right there. Wooden, rubber, blunt arrows. Recipe take 150% of the normal time because you lack some of the proficiencies used. So, that's kind of funny because the only thing it's showing is plastic working. 1.5x, which I've got... Well, I've only got it 40%, so yeah. So I am missing the plastic working proficiency. But you just make things that use proficiencies, and then eventually you gain the proficiency, and it's like a light switch, it's binary. As soon as you gain the proficiency, you no longer take the negative time frame. You just instantly then get to make it at normal, what used to be normal speed from then on. My only issues, I think, with the proficiency system really are just the total lack of information and documentation. There's too much stuff where people are having problems understanding what proficiencies are required by other proficiencies, and they can't level up at one that they need because they don't know what is previously required. Maybe it's buried somewhere and I haven't seen it yet, but we've mostly been avoiding it for the moment. They're working their way through the recipe list by category and updating them to the new system category by category, I think alphabetically. So the survivor suit, for example, at least when we built ours, there's no proficiencies listed. But the other survivor options that they have gotten to, like the survivor gloves, are going to take 1800% of the time, 2 weeks and a day, because I'm missing all of these various proficiencies. And it would take quite a bit to actually get all these, although if I try to make this one thing, I'll get all of these before I even finish this. So it won't actually take 2 weeks and a day. after 3 or 4 days of nonstop work, I'll probably start ticking off a bunch of these, and it'll get shorter and shorter. So, like I said, basically, if you make something difficult, the first thing you make, it's going to take a long time. Not as long as it states, but it's going to take a long time, and then everything is normal after that. So, the way it implements just seems a little weird to me. But it's a work in progress, like all things, and I'm sure there are plans later on for further modifying it or changing the systems and all that. So, however, the Ziguan thing, that's just one of the effects of the Zhuiquan martial arts style. So it's an automatic ability that you get for having the Zhuiquan selected as your martial art. Yeah, you can wear a lot of rings and stuff. I believe the intent is eventually to make it so reading books does not actually advance crafting skills. And that's partly what the proficiency system is designed for. So you won't just read a book and all of a sudden know how to forge an anvil. So it'll take actual practice of that discipline in order to be able to make things. So the books, I think, will be more for recipes, but not as involved in actually raising skill levels or abilities or something like that. What do I think about the proficiencies? I'm okay with it. I understand the intent behind it, and as always, implementations, everybody screams and cries and pounds their fists initially, and then 3 months later, everybody's playing with it and everybody's fine with it. Well, not everybody. But given their stated desires of the direction they want to take the game, it is a reasonable thing that they are doing, and I know that there are further plans that will build upon this change. So, as always with these kinds of changes, there's always the knee-jerk reactions that people spout off about of how this is destroying the game and it's just done to punish the players, and oh, it's the no fun rule and all that crap. But they don't realize that a lot of these things are done in service of later goals, later changes. So they have to get certain things in place, test them, work through the problems, get them ironed out, and so on, so that they can then move on to the next thing that they had planned that kind of integrates with that. So all a work in progress. I long ago stopped worrying about it. So I just play the game I'm given and make my opinions known and then go about and play my game. So I don't worry about it so much. Currently, there's so many things in the game world anyway that if you know where to go get things, it's not really an issue anyway. I mean, there's very few things you need to craft. You can pretty much play the game purely as a scavenger and get by with quite a bit of things. So. So I am updated to the most recent build, as always. Oh, I forgot to update my settings command. Again, I always do. 11-103 is what I'm actually playing on. Let me fix that real quick. Constantly forget to change that before I fire things off. Alright, there we go. We're on 11-103. Most recent build, as per about 30 minutes ago. Why don't do Dragon Kung Fu when you have high dodge for dodge counters? Because I'm doing a spider run. We're named Arachne. The whole goal was to simulate a spider and go after the spider. Why would I be doing Dragon Kung Fu when I'm themed and specifically trying to do a spider run? I've done Dragon. I've done them all. I've done everything in massive various variations. I don't play the game just to survive or to, you know, kind of float along and then min-max some particular thing. I long ago lost interest in that because it holds no challenge for me. So I pick some kind of a theme, a challenge, a goal, a storyline, whatever, and then I kind of stick to it. I play terrible characters in the worst scenarios and give myself ridiculous feats and just kind of go for it. Do. Wait till Bionic slots eventually hits. Well, Bionics are going through their own thing, so Bionics are they're not going away, but they're getting a complete lore retcon. The lore behind them and the storyline behind them is changing completely. That's why the Bionic characters have been removed from default and moved into their own mod. I expect a lot more changes regarding Bionics and essentially a heavy nerfing of that whole system. So CBMs haven't been craftable for a long time. Some of the cave bosses? What do you mean by cave bosses? Other than the Rat King. I think there's the Rat King. There's, what, that one that's got... I forget what the thing was called. I have no interest in going into the Rat King cave because I don't want to rat mutate. And the Rat King's no real big deal anyway, as long as you kill him quick and or have a way of not worrying about the rat mutations. No, we're gonna die on the Spider Queen. So I've done the mines. I haven't done the Amagar horror because I can never find the damn thing. I mean, it's not that I'm against these ideas, guys. It's that, as anybody who has watched my Cataclysm series regularly know, no matter what thing I pick, the map won't give it to me. So if I'm too specific in my goal, I absolutely will not be given that item or that place in my map gen. So if I say, oh, okay, I'm going to go up against the Amagar Horror this run, and I make a character for it, and I go get the things for it, then I end up driving 40 hours in real-world time around the world, and the game will never give me an Armagara fault. So I'm not against those ideas. It's just what I want and desire and what the game gives me in its random gen do not correspond very often. And I eventually just get sick and tired of it and go suicide myself somewhere. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and get moving. I'll keep an eye on chat and keep chatting while we're driving. But let's actually get some stuff happening here. So, one thing. I did cheat. I'm going to tell you now. I cheated. For anybody that watched the end of last episode on Monday, remember the mystery of the disappearing battle rifle? Well, I spawned in a new copy and stuck it into the back bench here. It's sitting right here now. I did go back and watch the footage very carefully. It took me a little while to figure out what happened. But what happened was, in the barracks where I got it, in the armory where it appeared, I picked it up and I was going to put a strap on it, and we discovered it would fit into one of my pockets apparently. So I think one of the greater dimensional belt pockets. So we strapped it, and it went in a pocket anyway, and I didn't have to strap it on my body. So everything was good, and we left. So we walked like 20 feet down the hallway out of the armory, and my battery on my light was going out, so I needed a new battery. So I stopped to unload a battery from a radio on the ground. So I just unloaded, picked the radio on the ground, and then moved on. Well, when it put the battery in my inventory, it apparently decided that there wasn't enough room, so it just decided on its own to drop the battle rifle on the ground at my feet and left it there as we just walked on. So, no, I did not accidentally drop the battle rifle. I didn't pick anything up. I didn't select drop commands or anything like that. It didn't notify me. None of that stuff. So, we've had this problem before in the game. It got fixed, but I think maybe the transdimensional belt thingy is allowing it to happen. I don't know, but yeah, I picked up, I unloaded a battery and it decided to just auto drop my battle rifle. So I was carefully checking what exactly happened and watching the log and all that. And I had my view zoomed out pretty far, which is why I didn't notice the rifle on the ground as we walked away. But, yeah, there you go. So that's what happened. Long as I know exactly what occurred, if I just never could figure out what happened to it, I would leave it gone. But since I know exactly what happened to it, and I was able to piece it together, and I know that's a bug, I have no problem summoning it back. It's not going to be a big deal anyway. We've already got multiple assault rifles for the Rivtech and all that, but there we go. Mega Biscuits are back in. Yep, Mega Biscuits back in for about the last week or so. Yeah, but I just know I'm going to get grief on YouTube when this shows up on YouTube. The standard folks will scurry out of their little cave corners and throw crap my way. If you're gonna cheat, why bother playing? Whatever. Alright, so there you go. I am a big McCheater face. Let's get driving. Let's stop driving. My vehicle repaired? I can't remember. Oh, I gotta repair the mirrors again. I love how the mirrors just break. It feels like if I sneeze, my mirrors break. What is it with the mirrors? Why are they so damn fragile? They're always breaking. Not a single other thing in the vehicle will be touched, but the mirrors are fractured constantly. It's annoying. Hey, Mikhail, and I missed somebody else earlier who resubbed. Thanks very much. Drinks. Appreciate the resubs. Yeah, Zombie Dog's feeling better, but I'm still gonna keep the cookies out. I'll leave the Mega Biscuit in, but I'm gonna leave him off of the animal crackers. So, just in case. But yeah, Mega Biscuits are back. All right, let's drive north. I'll just keep driving while I keep an eye on chat, answer questions. You know, there was something else I wanted to talk about regarding something that changed, or I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, I'm not running wing mirrors. You rip wing mirrors off and then you install them as inboard mirrors, but I mean, if you run over a pothole, your mirror fractures. So I'm just constantly spending duct tape or glue fixing up mirrors with not a single other piece of hardware damaged on the vehicle. Not going to bother going into the evac shelter for first aid kits. We've got more than we need. So many evac shelters. Unfortunately, these roads are ending. Another town coming up north. Alright, game, you're gonna completely stall on me. I have the little oh, there we go. Not sure what was causing that. Uh-oh, this kind of looks like another town that's gonna dead end the road. Migo. Gotta love the Migo encampment. We could possibly drive around this direction depending on forest activity. Well, warehouse, library. We have no use for regular houses, bookstores. I might get a map in a grocery store. I'd have to fight an awful lot just to get to it. Let's, head on in towards town here. What do we got? Grabbers, SWAT, levering. Don't care. Anything fun on the ground? Not really. So, town does continue. That's good. East or north? Do I want to drive through the middle of town, break some more of my mirrors, or go around? I think I'm going to go around. Don't need gas from vehicles. Don't need any books. Tried to put an item hacksaw, count 1, in a container, toolbox empty. Yeah, I've seen that error. And another larger town. I guess that's good. Nothing fun or interesting in this town. I have no need of the hunting supply store items. Otherwise, it's just residential. So we will ignore that town. Uh-oh, there's the larger W, but unfortunately we don't need Wizard's Towers. We've discovered that those pretty much suck. Magic Shop or the Academy is about the only thing I'd be willing to go in for now. That's a good-sized town. Although I guess I could go into the Wizard's Tower just to get to the top so I can get a view of the area. It's really tall. Or am I thinking of the Academy? I think the Wizard's Tower is not quite as tall. But still, it's on the outskirts, so I mean, I could work my way in through the forest area here. Pop into the tower, work my way to the top, get a good look around. Apartment Tower could do something similar. Let's leave that for the moment. We'll just roll north. Night Stalker. What do we got out here? Night Stalker and a bunch of little things that aren't going to bother me any. Alright, maybe we'll stop and stretch our legs and get some practice fighting. What effects we got going on? Weakness, so we're slightly irradiated. That's from the hazardous waste sarcophagus. That's not a big deal. Lightly weary is going to cause our attacks to cost a lot more activity or action points. Maybe I'll pull off and we'll take a short nap. Do not discount the weariness. I am a little annoyed about the weariness stuff not indicating what it actually does. I think that's a little rude. For example, I did a test. I was answering some questions and I did a test. And, oh, do we already have a hiccup? We already had a hiccup. Alright, I don't know if that was me or a Twitch, but whatever. I did a test, and walking isn't affected by weariness, which puzzles me a bit. You could be exhausted, and your movement cost to walk is exactly the same as if you were fresh as a daisy. But, if you swing anything, say for example if I smash something, if I just want to smash a chair, what might cost me 100 when I'm fresh as a daisy, costs me 200 when I'm lightly weary, costs me 400 when I'm moderately weary, and costs me 800 when I'm exhausted. So, there's a direct multiplier involved, and it just seems it only affects certain actions or activities. It doesn't affect movement at all, which just seems weird to me. But I wish it was a little more detailed somewhere. Yeah, I don't like game modifiers that don't really tell you what's going on in a game where the numbers are this important. It bugs me a bit when we get these modifiers or items that don't tell you really what it's going to do and don't give you any indication of how long it's going to last or the effect strength or anything like that. Prussian blue is my other current griping point. How long does Prussian blue last? Anybody know? Because I sure don't. Because when I take it, I get no messages. There's nothing in here about the Prussian blue. There's nothing about how long it's going to take. None of that stuff. So it's a complete mystery. But let's stop driving for a second. So yeah, you can see here my speed is 100. But if am I holding anything? No. If I smash my vehicle, that costs 80. But if I get more weary, it's going to cost more and more and more and more. Alright, we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. We'll read a book or something for a little while. Let's work on... What was I working on? We picked up a few new ones. Divine? We got Cure Light to 4. I'm not a super big fan of Bless just because it lasts such a short amount of time. I'd like to get Cure Light up maybe one more level. So we'll just read Cure Light for a little bit. Let's go, it's 11:30. Let's say 2 hours. Still lightly weary. Hey, how about we take some Prussian blue? You know, that stuff that's a total mystery because it doesn't tell you here anything's happening, nothing anywhere mentions anything, and the description doesn't say anything, and you don't know how many of these you take in a period of time because the thing here doesn't say anything. It's a big mystery. Do I take one a day? Do I take one an hour? If I take 50 at once, do I get the benefit of all 50, or am I locked out during the period of time it's in effect? In hidden effect? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Let's read some more. Hey, look, we made it to level 5. Cool. Oh, did they fix you can't see the numbers yet? Nope, they're still broke. Alright. So we still can't see the damage or effect numbers in the spells. That's been broke for a little while now. Do you think NPCs will get to a point in development where I can operate a motorcycle gang cleaning up zombie-infested or raider cities? Depends on your tolerance for micromanagement. You could do that now if you're crazy to go through and actually issue 14 menu commands per follower every other second or so they don't go stark raving bonkers because they're insane idiot suicide monkeys. Go for it. Are we ever going to get to a point where they're autonomously not insane idiot suicide monkeys? I don't know. That I can't answer. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the long-promised but not yet delivered general NPC overhaul. So I think it's still backburnered behind a whole bunch of other projects and isn't really going to get addressed anytime in the near future. Fix for the magic damage numbers is in the works. Cool. Did I read again? Still weary, 1300. I don't want to lose all my daylight hours. Oh, good old anthill. I would like to get a good look around. We're up kind of in a new area, so getting a radio tower or getting to something high would be very beneficial. Maybe we'll just wait here until dark, and then we'll head on down and we'll climb up into the Wizard's Tower. Or the apartment tower, either one. Yeah, let's do that. Am I running... Does this character have mutations that... Where's that one mutation? I thought I had a mutation that... That urticating hairs? Not that one. I got something that's helping me with temperature, I think, because I'm perfectly fine on temp, even though we're day 31 of summertime. I've been getting a lot of people asking me questions about temperature during the summertime and how to not be super hot. And I don't know if they're just, you know, doing it wrong or... I mean, I'm heat dependent. That's different, though. I thought I had one of these. Is it the furred plate? Well, I would expect the furred plate would make me warm. Too warm. I can't remember. But we haven't had a single issue, really, with temperature other than, you know, ice labs. Constant ice labs. Let's see. Do I want to go fireball? What was the... I was going to keep leveling up my spell crafting, which is coming off of... Not the beginner's guide. Crap. Which one had it? Yeah, definitely not that. Gravity well, but where am I getting gravity well? Yet. Oh wait, no, that's only spell level 10. What did we just get that I can raise my spell crafting? I know there was one. Those are all low difficulty. Ethereal Grasp is low. Fireball, I know, is relatively low. Helm of Flesh? Yeah, Bone Spear. That's the one. Bone Spear will get us to 50. We'll go with Bone Spear for a bit. Yeah, I'm not really a good one to ask about NPC stuff. I pay very little attention to the current status of NPCs or anything associated with NPCs, so I'm not a good source for that particular topic. Alright, we learned Conjure Bone Spear, but do I have to have a target for it? Range Self. Oh, that's right, it creates the... it's too difficult. This is another one of those where I'm going to be forced to actually read through the first level. Thematic, impeded by gloves, requires mobility. I don't think anything I do is going to make it so I can cast this. Doesn't require concentration, so my focus isn't going to fix it. I can't fix the gloves and the mobility much. Take the boots off. And the survivor suit. I doubt it would get me to the point where I could actually cast it, though. We'll find out. Hey, boots and survivor suit. Goodbye to you. Bone spear is still too difficult. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's too high difficulty for my current spellcraft. So we're gonna have to go the long way for this one. There's just no way I'll be able to get to the point where I can cast it no matter what I do to adjust my character. Tired now. So weary, we're still lightly weary. Alright, we're gonna sleep now. Get some more. Whoops, I forgot to, this doesn't really matter. Make that on the table. Alright, we're gonna take a nap. 1900 if we sleep. Let's see. 5 hours to midnight. So we'll sleep till 1. We'll sleep 6 hours. Anything turned on? Nothing I care about. I meant to set a timer there. Come on, tell me I can't sleep. Apparently I did fall asleep. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh well, maybe we're not going to get to do what I was hoping to do. We're going to end up sleeping too long. Four in the morning. It might give me enough time still. Alright, so our food and water. Spellcraft 11. Where to go? Apartment Tower or Wizard's Tower? Let's go... Apartment Tower. I know the Wizard's Tower is just going to be disappointing, and the Apartment Tower is a little better situated than a little further north to uncover things. We'll give that a try. What do we got? Night Stalker is going to be able to see me. The other ones I don't really care about. So, here comes the Night Stalker. Let's deal with him first. Ditch the... Making backpack. Mono blade out. Martial art running. Nah, I'm not gonna worry. Shouldn't be too dangerous out here with this guy. Ah, he's trying to hit me from there. That is some range. The zombie Night Stalker thrusts its arms at you, stretching to reach you from afar. 1, 2, 3 spaces away. So, reach attack. And that's the far reach. That's the all-pike range. Charge! So, he tried to hit me. We stunned him, and then we lurched into him with a wild swing for 63 damage. Critical. That's our counter block. And we injected him with some venom after we bit him. So bite, inject venom, slashed him for 35. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. Chocolate-covered pretzels. Goodbye, Night Stalker. What are we sitting at? 14.7 without the backpack? Alright, it'll do. Ah, skull zombie. Alright, silly zombies. Not gonna bother smashing anything because we're just gonna bail out of here again. Gamma shot? Nope, just a syringe. We'll go in the open window. Try to keep our... Ooh, acid zombie. Try to keep our noise to a minimum. Yeah, this isn't one of the really tall ones, unfortunately. Oh, and it's nighttime. I'm not going to see crap. What am I doing up here? 4:30? I think I'm just going to stand up here until dawn. That way we can get a look around. Should have brought something to read. Wait... What's left in the challenge? You know, the actual challenge part, killing the Spider Queen. That's pretty much what's left. We're in the final stage where we just try to cruise around, gathering up whatever we can to give ourselves a little more power. Problem being is that might take a while, because the things I want or need or might be able to use are fairly rare. Alright, what do we got? So, it is a good-sized city. Hospital, school, nothing but a farm up north, dairy farm and roads heading into the forest. Used bookstore. I'm still afraid of used bookstores. That crabgeck ability could still insta-kill me if there's multiples in there. No academy. So, no magic shop, no academy, at least none that I can see. I can't quite see to the far end, and there is still some commercial buildings out this way. Soundpacks don't get updated very often, so I don't know. I've been using @Soundpack with the Co.Ag music spliced in forever now, but I don't really check or notice Soundpack changes because they don't happen very often. Anybody else spot anything that I might be interested in going after? I don't think the used bookstore is a worthy target, just from the difficulty getting to it and the chance that I'll get killed. Although I've got a lot more hit points now with our strength rings, so it's not as dangerous as it used to be. We were sitting in the mid-50s, low to mid-50s for hit points from our original start. We only had 6 strength, so we had pretty low hit point value. Now we're up to 13, so... Yeah, Discourse is separate from Discord. That would be the Discourse. A little closer to a traditional forum arrangement than the Discord side. Just yet another of the various resources for Cataclysm. Alright, so all of our effects are back to normal. No negatives there. Yeah, I don't see any reason to go in here. I don't need books. I mean, short of finding a fancy basement on accident in a house somewhere. Possible we could get some magic out of the school library. You will occasionally find a magic book in there. So maybe what I'll do is... the flowers won't spread much, so I might park like right up here, make a quick trip down into the school. But I don't see much else that I care about. I think it's better just to keep moving, hoping to find the better buildings. Locations. So let's see if we can get out of here without dying. Hey there, Monoblade, turn back on. I think I'm going to need you here in a minute. Or not. Guess we'll just drive out of here. Well, we got a fair good look around, so that unveiled enough. I'm gonna have to go right by an anthill. I mean, it's not a big deal. Actually, maybe I'll go into the anthill. It's a standard anthill, and there's a chance for CBMs in the anthills. It's just not terribly exciting. A lot of wandering around and killing random stuff, random ants. Kind of like mines, where you get a random CBM drop. Anthills are similar. There is the entrance. To pop in or not to pop in is the question. I think they fixed that whole acid underground thing. That was really annoying when you'd have an anthill here, you would go down into a basement here, and there would be acid ants in the basement. I mean, you'd have a regular anthill, but every basement within the radius of effect of the ant spreading would have acid ants inside of it. And or a regular anthill would have acid in the lower levels. So that was broke for a while, but I think they got that fixed. We can find out. Kill a few ants and find out. Yeah, regular ants. So, no big deal. This could go a really long way is the only problem. Alright, silly ants. Oops. How hard did I hit that guy? Not that hard. Wonder why he exploded. You sure are taking some hits. Impressive. So, stamina is the only danger. But I don't know that it's going to be worth the time to kind of wander around here randomly. Man, these super soldier ants are not messing around. Those guys got some hit points. I mean, 44 with my crits, 21 with my standard hits, 27 essentially, and then the poison. This guy's got some serious hit points. I mean, I don't know if I'm interested in just rolling around here like this. They're not usually coming after me like this either. I think I'm gonna head back out. The chances are pretty small. I'm gonna get too bored down here. This place could sprawl out for just a huge section of the map. The amount of time it would take me to go search through it all. In the off chance of getting a CBM or two, I just don't think it's worth it. But as you can see, ants aren't really all that dangerous as long as you don't get real close to them. The soldier ants are a little more sensitive and just don't make a lot of noise. If you make a lot of noise, hoo boy, are you going to be in trouble if you're not ready for it. Firing a gun or honking a horn or things like that. So let me demonstrate. As long as I'm quiet, not much is happening. Hey, we got a hitchhiker. As soon as I start hitting things, all of a sudden we get action. Alright, so I'm going to drive to the east anyway, so watch what happens when I honk the horn. I'm just going to sit here for a short bit. I guess I should kill this ant. Alright, so I'm going to pass time. If you look on the map, I'm passing time. Nothing's really moving except for these two that are right next to me. We honk the horn. Look at the map. That's what you get to look forward to. As every damn thing within range of that noise comes immediately streaming directly at you. So be really, really cautious about your noise, and you don't really have much problem with ants. You can usually pretty easily just wander around them or in and out of them without too much problem. The normal ants you can get within like 6 or 7 spaces of, or even closer than that. The soldier ants you got to be more careful, and the super soldiers even more than that. But other than that, they're not really all that hostile. Alright, let's get out of here before we get completely flooded by ants. Alright, nighttime raid would be a little better advised. We'll see how it looks for a daytime raid. We might retreat again. What are we at? 13 dodge, even with our backpack? Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Acid is pretty much the only thing that worries me. And there definitely could be some. Should we go right into the gymnasium? Yes. Not seeing any acid yet. Excuse me? Oh, really? My gas mask took a hit of damage, apparently. And I actually managed to get poisoned. Well, that I wasn't expecting. That's a little rude. Quite rude. Dude, stop banging on things. Come on out of there. Alright, let's back off a little bit. Get a little worried about stamina. I don't want to get super low stamina and then get swarmed. Alright, stamina's good, still poisoned. We'll get over that. We've got poison resistance. Shouldn't be doing too much to us. Anything on the ground to care about? Baseball bats are kind of cool, but not something I need to worry about at this stage. No, nothing I care about. Are you guys not... Oh, they're too big to fit through the window. That's the problem they're having. Let's leave them in there. Necro Boomer. Uh-oh. Necro Boomer doesn't sound fun. Where'd the Necro Boomer go? We need to go kill the Necro Boomer. It's a little more direct of an approach than I usually take. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright, all I care about is the library. So we'll take the direct route. What do we see? Nothing useful. Did I ever pick up... I picked up a throwing skill book, right? I think I did, and I never actually used it to learn throwing. That is something I still want to do. No, still nothing useful. Why, of course we have to get even more poisoned up here.